We are live. What is up? How you doing, brother? Episode 54. We made it. It's been a while since you've been at the table.
I know.
It's been a while since we wore the glasses.
2 months.
We're back at it, guys. We missed you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. If it's your first time, subscribe. If you guys have watched, I know there's a lot of you guys that watch this, and you haven't subscribed, help us out. It just takes one click. You never got to look at it again, and it just, helps us keep growing. And for those of you guys that are tuning in, we appreciate you and we love you. Yeah. And I miss you, dog. So we got a special guest. We actually got a very special guest on this episode.
Yeah, we do.
So he's a singer, producer. He's the owner of Riot Entertainment. He throws the biggest parties in Albuquerque. I don't want to minimize him to just Albuquerque. I want to say possibly the world. We're setting the bar high in this room tonight, baby.
Yeah, we are.
We got Danny, also known as DECON. Yep,
that's him.
You should do the whole podcast with just like your eye right there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna zoom in on my teeth.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing gooch.
Yeah, welcome to the table, man.
Well, thank you.
So, we know, we kind of talked a little bit before about what we know about you. Obviously, everyone knows you as this guy who throws ragers.
I wish.
No, but you guys have seen the promo videos. I mean, it is what it is,
Self-explanatory.
And you're repping your company, Riot.
No, this is just a clean sweater that I found. So I didn't do laundry, so
No, man, but we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah. Thank you guys for inviting me. It looks sexy
for sure.
as fuck in here.
So I kind of wanted to, I know you've done a lot of podcasts and a lot of people, a lot about you and what you do and stuff, but I kind of want to know a little bit more about, who Danny is. Like, how does a guy like you end up even getting an interest in music?
I was picking up trash.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was. I was broke, and I went to my university, and I was in Utah. I was in Provo, Utah at the time, and basically I was trying to get jobs everywhere. Nobody was taking me, and I saw that there was an arena attached to the university, so I was like, I'll just get a job there. And so they were like, yeah, you can be the plunger or whatever. Yeah. You could pick up trash, you could do your own shit over here, just and they didn't fully pay me. They didn't want to pay me. They were like, you can intern to be a janitor, and then we'll give you a janitor position once you get experience. Yeah, no. Yeah, it was exactly like that. So I was working for months with these people, and I was sick of it. I had keys and a badge and everything. And I was no money. So I walked in and I was about to turn in my shirt and shit, and they were like, yo, you want to there's a concert touring through the arena next week, you want to pick up trash at that? And I was like, sure, who is it? And then they were like, Panic at the Disco. Whoa. So I was that's what sparked it at first. I was like, oh shit, yeah, no, I'm gonna get fired in the coolest way possible.
Yeah,
so
get to hang out, get a lot closer than everyone.
Oh, absolutely. I studied these motherfuckers for a full week and just watched every YouTube video because I only knew one song that everybody knows.
Yeah.
And so I went through and saw that they were releasing a vlog every city that they were hitting, and I got to see the whole entire behind the scenes of all their managers, all their cool assistants, all that. To sum it up, I snuck backstage, blended in with the crew, told them I was one of them. Yeah. I was like, I'm your gopher that the arena provides you. They just ate it up. They were like, yeah, you're working with us. They had such a good experience that they referred me to a couple other people.
Wow.
Started working my way with other music artists, other people throughout different companies like Live Nation, iHeartRadio, through festivals, through different type of artists themselves, getting contracted
just that spark. That was just that initial spark.
And it just went from picking up trash to...
Isn't that crazy how just providing a good service and just making yourself available, how far it could take you?
Politics.
You know what I mean?
It's all politics. It's who you know.
Straight up. Exactly. But you do a favor for someone, they're going to remember you for who you are.
Oh, absolutely.
And they don't care about your resume, whatever. It's just this guy, he's cool to hang out with. He gets stuff done. Let's go.
I was really socially aggressive at the time too. I was just trying to make friends with all these people. Right. So these people were like, oh, he's not being a fan, he's being a dork. They're like, oh yeah, no, yeah, we'll take him on. And so that's what a lot of them like
they're all,
that.
This guy knows my social somehow.
They're all digging through all their shit and stuff like that. But
that's funny, bro. No, you're good.
Oh, cool. I was like, did it
I
go
want to
off?
get your good side. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
Good thing,
Like
good.
I have no good
So
angle.
like from there, like you kind of like where did you get referred to after that? Like did it just keep
I
kind
was
of going? Was it
so-
consistent?
Basically, there was several different companies that I was contracted through, and I was like kind of gaining experience. These people did not give me a high level position at all because they were like, okay, he's still like gophering assistant,
yeah.
whatever he needs, like his like experience to build up before we can be able to move up. And
For sure.
that's how it is. And usually, like it's very different because you can't go to school and be like, hey, yo, I want like a business degree in like artist management and stuff. Like they don't do that. And so it's basically watching other people and what they were doing. And so I was like, okay, I want to be as hands-on as possible with as many celebrities as possible, and so I need to be either a photographer, B, I need to be some type of engineer running all the lighting or the sound, or C, I need to understand how to get them money. And so that was the only three ways that I found out that I could be able to be like up close with, like I've worked with everybody from like Dolly Parton all the way down to like Lil Wayne. And so all of these different artists, I started bringing in sponsors. I started working with like really big companies and getting like sponsorship money from like Pepsi all the way down to like solar companies and like security companies like Vivint. And so
Dang, so you were hungry, like you were out there grinding.
I was also in a very good area where they had a lot of. Utah is a thriving. It's like becoming like one of like the newest like Silicon Valleys of like America right now. It's like Forbes ranked Salt Lake City as like number 5, and then 4, 3. I don't know what those cities are. I think it was like Nashville or like Texas, Austin, Texas for like Austin or for music, and then. We ranked Provo, Utah, and Salt Lake City as like the 2 top cities in all of America for like music, for business, for anything, for like talents. For sure. And so, like for example, this weekend, the All-Star Weekend, everything is up there. Like Shaquille O'Neal is like DJing. You have Travis Scott with all of his squad from like Cactus Jack, like Don Tolliver, Sheck West, like all these people performing in all the venues that I used to like manage and run. And so
that's crazy, man. That's a lot of exposure.
It's a lot of momentum out there.
Like out of all the artists, like you know, you kind of got to get like intimate and stuff like that with them. Just kind of just see them.
Intimate,
and stuff.
Like how you mean intimate?
I was actually trying to fish for you to say something. Give us a story. No, I'm just kidding.
I got my stuff like
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like backstage, you know, I'm sure you like see them like when you just don't see the face of them. You see them, you know, when they walk off, whatever, do their thing. Like. What is that like? Like, is it a whole different experience, like seeing it from that side of things compared to like actually being a part of like the event?
The artist aspect of like seeing the artist.
Yeah, like, well, like just being a part of like getting into like the production, the getting sponsors. Like, do you look at it way differently now than before?
Okay, so I like to picture it as like, why does a skier like to jump out of helicopters, jump like skiing like big ass like Black Diamond like mountain like like those types of trails? Like they get a lot of adrenaline from doing that, and they get like that sense of rush. With me, I have found that feeling I get when I put an experience together and I see people like enjoying it. And I've worked with a lot of artists that have kind of just been kind of like, hey yo, like where's the check, where's all this stuff, and then they're like missing the whole entire thing of like, yo. And obviously after like years and years and years of like doing it, these people get like kind of like what's the word, they get like kind of like used to it. They get used to it. They get kind of like they're desensitized from what the experience is, and they're just like running through the motions. And for me, every single time that I put something together, it's amazing. And I feel like the only other people that feel like this are people that own festivals. For example, like a good example is like somebody that I look up to, that I idolize, is a gentleman by the name of Danny Bateman, who is in Salt Lake City. He runs multiple music festivals. He works on have you heard of Warped Tour?
Warped, yeah.
Yeah, he's like one of the 4 horsemen that like ran a lot of that
That's
type
been
of
around
stuff.
for a while.
It's dead now, but I miss that shit. I was on it.
Was the last time they did it? Was it before COVID or what?
I want to say like a year or 2 before COVID.
Wow.
So, but I sang at it. I got to be like working it. I got to like do a lot of stuff with it. It was seeing that and see how they move with that, and seeing how people put together like Coachella or Lollapalooza or Bonnaroo, like all these festivals I've like been to, like seeing that experience of them congregating like hundreds of thousands of people to provide them like an experience is like wild to me. That's why I've always been like in the entertainment realm, not necessarily for like fame or money or anything, but like to like create that and be like, yo, that was mine.
So, well, it's like just like not just like like there's so many moving parts to an event. You know, it's not just like, hey, we're gonna just get this thing together. It's like, no, you gotta have your production, you gotta have your lighting, you gotta have the right artists. They all clash together. What audience are you reaching out to? Like, are you promoting the type of music you're gonna sell?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't market something and give them something else.
It's really interesting because I want to throw a concept at you. Do you think it's possible to do it without an artist?
Without like music, you mean, or like
without like a headlining artist or anything like that?
I think it's completely possible.
You think it's because?
Well, dude, this is like the reason I say that is because like I grew up like kind of like in the EDM scene, like, and going to like
what type of EDM?
Like show up at mile marker 96. We're gonna be in the desert. They're gonna have some local guys spinning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I have just as much fun as those like underground things that I do at EDC, and I've been to like both of them. And
how many times have you been to EDC?
I just went once in 2014.
Oh shit! How did you like it?
So I liked it a lot. It was. I mean, I always tell everyone like you should go at least once. And I was always like a one-off festival guy. Like I know people, like I grew up with friends who were like, we're going every year. And I'm like, don't you want to like ride a different ride? Yeah. You know, like there's so many things. Yeah. Like me and you went to Snow Globe. Like that was fun, right?
That was in Lake Tahoe.
It's in Lake Tahoe, yeah. It's a winter festival.
When was this?
But when did we go? Right before COVID, like 2019?
Yep. When did I turn 21?
Yeah, it was right when you turned 21.
Because they had some weird like brand that just came out that just dropped like Dylan Francis somewhere around something like that. Yeah. It's like half skiing, but it's like right next to all of that.
So it's pretty similar. So they have like snowboarding competition and
it's weird that they did it in the middle of winter while it's like all like
I liked it, man.
They had like thousands.
Yeah,
I liked a lot of people
because you know how it is at concerts when there's thousands of people and you're hotter than hell and you're like fanning yourself. Over there, you just unzip your snowboard jacket. You're like, oh, this is nice. It's like a different vibe. You know what I mean?
No, I feel the biggest problem that I have at my events is always like the air conditioning.
It's hard, man, and that's why I say there's so many movies. Like,
but that's how we make more money off of concessions. Like, if we turn off like the water, and charge like $1 for a bottle.
Right? All those people that pull up with the ice chest, bro, with selling from $5 after. Bro. Dang. But anyways, what I was getting at is like I think that it is possible because. Yeah. As long as there's music and like lights and really that's all you need. Like just music. Mm-hmm. Like you just got to be in a room with good music and have the lights kind of dimmed and just be and just dance. Throw some alcohol in the mix. Everyone's getting loosey goosey. You know, I don't know what your perspective is of it. Like, or I don't know. What do you think, Brandon? Like, what's your? I mean. And then it makes like it like whenever you have like an artist, it's different.
Say real quick that you wanted to put your own event, and like you had everything. How would you set it up? Like, what would you do?
So if I was gonna throw my own event, I would probably. It depends on how much is in the bank account, right? No money.
That you got a sponsor. Don't worry.
Okay, so I got a sponsor. If I'm doing it locally, I want to do something that makes it its own piece of art and gives it its own signature first.
What's it called?
Well, what do we want the theme to be?
Against the Grain Festival.
I was actually thinking ATG Fest. Let's go there. Hey. ATG Fest. It's there. ATG it's set. Ask the Grass. No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's actually what Against the Grain stands for. No, I'm just kidding.
So would it be inside or outside?
It depends. If we got a place like Revel, inside. If we're outside, I would definitely want to do it somewhere where there's turf or something like that. We're not kicking up dust.
Okay,
you know what I mean.
So like he's thought about it. He's been to enough festivals to be like, yo.
I just go enough to where I've complained enough about little things to where I'm like, I wish that it was good, except that it was good. You know, Coachella was fun, except it was hotter than hell. Yeah. Like there's so many different little things, you know. But
so who would headline? Or would you
like would I want it to be rap or like are you talking about like the theme of music?
Yeah. Say like would it be stuck to one genre and just one theme like that, or would it have like a whole variety to show?
I think it would be fun to have a whole variety.
A lot of people say that.
But, I mean, it just depends on what mood I'm in. Like, when I go to, like, a concert, like, at Al Ray, and I know it's going to be, like, a techno concert, I know what I'm getting myself into, so I'm okay with that. You know? If I'm going and I'm like, there might be like Kid Rock, but then like it's just like you know.
I like how you went from like EDM to like Kid Rock.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the most opposite thing, right? It's like okay, we got Skrillex up next, we got Cher, and she's just like hello. Like there's certain things that just don't mix. You know, it's like colors. Like there's certain colors that just don't make you know a prettier color.
I thought Snow Globe did a good job.
Snow Globe did a really good job.
Are they a variety or are they just?
They're like rap and EDM. So like they didn't have like
But those are other people. What about yours?
Yeah.
I would probably go with the same. I like rap and EDM.
Okay, so rap and EDM?
Yeah.
Okay, so who would be your headliners?
Like, if I could choose, like, any artist,
You can't. Okay, how about this?
So this is the thing. I don't know about that many.
I have to take off the main headliners, like the AA list, like Kid Cudi, like Kanye. I'm gonna take that away from you. You have to.
Like a new up and coming artist, probably like someone that's
that's like mid that everybody knows, but like it's
someone
like,
that's like hot on social media but isn't popular in the mainstream. You know what I mean? Like
Death
someone
Pact,
who's
dude.
like Death Pact is a perfect example.
I
make
would
Death
say
Pact my
like
headliner.
because that's
That's a
like
good
a
one,
very
Ryan.
that's a heavy.
That was a good one.
That's a heavy genre. I would put Fred again.
Okay.
You know Fred again?
I've
He's
heard
like-
the name, but I haven't listened to the music.
He's
Is it
getting
EDM?
a shit ton of momentum because he just dropped Rumble with Skrillex.
Oh, okay.
And so he helped me that.
Did you see that Skrillex just did like a live concert in New York Times today?
Yes, with the bus and everything.
Yeah, I just saw that like right
He
before
was
came.
promoting his Madison Square Garden show, and so he did a free show outside
That's
on a
pretty
bus, and thousands.
Yeah.
They shut down the whole entire fucking
See,
block.
that's cool. Like, that's why those guys like that are so big is because they're marketing geniuses. Like, they know that, look, it's everywhere on social media. Skrillex, just do a random thing in a bus. Like, that's a headline in itself. You know?
What I think is
Against
so
the grain, guy went out naked.
Jumped off the-
Was wearing white sunglasses.
What I think is so funny.
Let's get-
I think it's so hilarious how like over here like I don't have to lift a finger very much when it comes to like the marketing aspect because it's like nothing happens here.
Right.
So I only have like passing out flyers is like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
people lose their shit
Right.
over like seeing something like that, having like a whole group of girls outside like handing out like monsters and shit
For
like
sure.
that. Like they lose their shit over that, and it's not that hard versus comparatively like to like what Skrillex is doing in like fucking Times Square.
Right,
Where he has to
right.
like cut a bus in half and then have to like perform outside of it, and it's like. It's those things where that's why I'm staying here.
Right.
Why I came back over to New Mexico, because I've been doing shows over in Arizona, Idaho, like Colorado. Like all these places have a huge demand for entertainment, and they have way more variety. And what I like to explain a lot, and I've done like TED Talks on this, where basically like the concept of like why Walmart is so valuable is because they have variety.
Right.
And so if you have only like country, like here, it's not going to have very much room to fully grow because you're not going to have all the audience and have like variety within that area. It's not bringing that much value to that city or that local like scene. And so like you'll see, for example, like LA, it's oversaturated with different types of talents. Austin, Texas, they have South by Southwest, oversaturated. Miami, they got Pitbull. So
Dude,
like
that's so cool that like you think that way because dude, like the way that I see it, like you said, it's oversaturated there to where you almost need a Travis Scott just to get people to show up like at some little thing or like you know what I mean.
you need
but
to go
that's
crazy.
the thing. But the thing is it's gonna swing the other way where the underground and people that aren't like so mainstream are gonna become huge.
I've been doing it very underground, but I've been doing it extremely illegal and aggressive. Where
See, and that you already sold me.
I'm in. Where it's like where we basically get we get like a 300 person venue and we'll invite 1,000 to the point where the cops come down, so it looks like Project X.
Okay.
And so that's the type of style of marketing where I like doing it in several different states. Like for example, we got so much trouble in Idaho. Oh, I don't want to like knock this off, but. I'll show you an example where basically we went to Idaho and with a group of us we the rules are different over there. They have a lot of different like laws, but
holy shit.
Yeah, we ended up Tell me where else do you see like thousands of people congregated and then we have just like a fire in the middle of that. That is such a hazard.
I was like, I thought they were at Bohemian Grove, dude.
Let me see, bro. Can I see? Damn, bro. What the hell? Is that boogies? Dang,
dude, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that guy. Hold up, though. Dang.
That homie's raged out.
He's what kind of substances you handing out at these things, bro?
These are Mormons. We're handing out soda. Like it doesn't. You give them a little bit of. You give them Splenda, they'll go crazy. Like
giving out Coca-Cola.
No, like legit. Like it's like those types of things where we find areas that have like low amounts of entertainment or low events. Like they're dying for something to happen. And like, for example, another good example, St. George, Utah is literally the fucking plot.
St. George?
Hurricane and St. George, Utah are like literally the plot of like Footloose, where it was like there was a period of time where it was illegal to like throw like gatherings or dances or stuff like that. It was like
that's where like they come out with all those creepy like shows, huh? Like in Utah, like sometimes like for a while it was, what is it called? Like some of those Mormons, like they've like never been exposed to like hip hop ever, and then they're like, whoa!
So here's the thing,
Travis Scott.
That's why I have a theory. I'm Mormon, but I'm Mormon. Okay. It's like being like, for example.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't mean it like.
No. Wait.
I'm just
listen.
saying, like, I meant like real isolated is what I meant.
I get it, but he's like, oh no, I'm in trouble. He's Mormon.
Don't cancel.
No. But
so don't make me riot.
No, but this is what I see. It's like being like, for example, Catholic in like South America versus like in Italy. Like it's completely different like culture. You're like.
It's just you're
not
culture.
Surrounded by it 24/7, and so these people, obviously, the culture, eat, breathe, sleep, everything, religion down there, and so it's like, or up there, we're down here. So, but basically, like they have that whole entire like community surrounding them 24/7. We call it the bubble, where they live in a bubble. They only know whatever is in that bubble, and I find it very amusing where a lot of like famous people, like for example, like Post Malone, and I can't remember if it was NLE Choppa or. NYW, or I don't know.
Post lives out there, huh?
Yeah. He lives over in like Park City. I shouldn't say where he's but basically they're the whole entire like hip hop scene, the whole entire like culture, everything up there is like they can thrive without getting like hounded. Like you go to like Texas and like any of these celebrities, like Shaquille O'Neal can go to like the store and nobody's gonna like try to like hound him and stuff like that. They're gonna like be like, oh yo, that's Shaq. Like,
just be chill, whatever.
The culture out there is like we don't idolize, like we don't like do stuff, but we have like fun. We get like for example, Lil Yachty came down there. No, perfect example. You know who Lil Tecca is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Is he a rapper?
He's a small little rapper. And so basically, well, not small, he's huge. He came out there and he was like, what, like 16, 15 at the time? And we put him on a stage in the middle of a parking lot of a mall. And this is right when he was like, not even like blowing up yet. He was just like right there where he was getting momentum off of one of his songs. And so we were like, hey, he's like really cheap. Let's like bring him out for like $1,000. I don't know how it was. But the radio station ended up putting up a thing, and then we went to all the high schools locally within the area, and we were like, hey, Lil Tech is coming. 4,000 kids. All in a mall parking lot. 4,000, all in front of this, like, a stage, like, not even, like, half the size of this room.
That's wild.
He came out, and we had, like, a tent with, like, the radio station. Like, we were all, I had, like, my little speakers out there with all of our shit out there. Bro, it was chaotic. Like, that's how all the artists are when they come down there. Like, the Mormons and, like, our culture up there. Like, we love hip hop culture. We eat it up more than anything else. They're like, no black people. So like, there's like, we thrive off of like other people bringing that type of stuff. And so when I started performing and doing a lot of stuff up there, I wasn't like playing like all the DJs. I hate the DJ culture up there because it's so weird. It's so toxic, and it's like really like stupid. Cause
like, are they all just eating each other? Like trying to just be?
Yeah. No. First of all,
kind of similar to the music scene here a little bit. Like
no.
Everyone's just kinda, or is it?
There's
like,
no. The kids here don't know what to do. Like the Albuquerque scene for hip hop, for punk, for like metal, for anything like that that's thriving here, they are trying their best to put it on and do it themselves.
Right.
I was looking at how they do it everywhere else, and these people blow up with the same methods that they're doing here. The problem is that we don't have the correct foundation for them to actually blow up.
Right. Like you're talking venues? Is that kind of more what you're talking about?
We have venues. They just don't know. For example.
Or like what's the biggest flaw that you think that they have that they're missing?
The biggest flaw, not only with one, but all of the music artists that are starting off, no matter where it is in the country. It could be on TikTok. It could be in your bedroom. It could be like with the labels, whatever. If you are a starting music artist, you need to stop thinking like I'm an artist. You need to start taking yourself out of that realm and being like, I'm a full-fledged business with like employees and stuff like that. I have to run marketing. I have to build product. I have to build. there's a lot more pieces.
Right.
These kids nowadays, anybody and everybody can make music off of like their phone. You can download an app. You can be able to like do it very easily.
Sorry to interrupt, but like, look, we're shooting a podcast off an iPhone. Like when you showed up, you're like, what the heck is this? Like, because I'm sure that you've seen like way bigger productions and stuff like that. But like you're saying, like, you know,
I like this though.
It's humble beginnings. It's humble beginnings for sure.
It's like you can do a lot of very big things with.
That's what I'm saying.
Things.
Like you with minimal things, you can promote yourself and brand yourself appropriately. You know what I mean? But you just have to stay consistent. Like I know so many people. How many people that we've known in the past like 3 years who have started a podcast, got production, lighting, Roadcaster, and then did like 4 episodes,
and then it stopped.
And then it just stops.
They sound like
they're like, we're gonna do it every week.
Those people have ADHD.
They're like, we're gonna do it every week. We're gonna do it every Monday, and it's like, before you make those promises, like get used to just doing it. You know, like get like have fun with it. You know?
The routine.
There was a time we didn't do it for like 2 months.
Well, here's the thing too. Not only
but we stayed at it. You know?
The routine is like a really big thing because like a lot of people don't realize that the starting music artists like that are blowing up, they don't have enough content to fill the demand, and then people are like, oh, they only have like 1 hit, and they're actually like gold at making like music and stuff. It takes them a little bit, but they don't have the content. They're not like Russ who can put out like a song like almost like every other month or like week or month. And basically going back to what these kids are missing is that they focus on like, yo, I need to like make a song and then make a music video. What was the last music video that you saw?
It was probably Kendrick.
The Gorillas.
What was the last?
It was "Count Me Out" by Kendrick.
When?
It was probably like when it first dropped, like 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay, so that's at an A-list.
How long ago?
Like
2-3 weeks ago.
Oh.
That was like that's at like an A-list artist. What's another music artist locally that you know that you love?
Like the Rhythms.
The Rhythms? Okay, what was the last music video that you saw from them?
That's
never
good.
seen a music video.
I haven't seen a music video from them. I don't think.
What's a local
but I know
music
they
artist?
come out with them.
What's a music artist that you know that's over here that's local?
It's the Gershon Brothers.
The Gershon Brothers.
I like
What's
the
the last
Gershon
music
Brothers
video that you saw from them?
It was probably like a year ago.
A year
and
ago?
I don't know the name of it.
Nobody. Music videos are garbage. I don't know why people still do them. Like, there's no reason to visually like give something if it's not like at that high production level, and it's impossible to do it at a high production level because nobody owns a red camera or owns like a Blackmagic or owns any of these like Netflix level like type of like production styles, and then finding the editors that cost like thousands of dollars per hour to be able to put it all together.
Right. Yeah. So what would you recommend then if like you want an artist to promote themselves? So music videos. I mean, I think social media is where like the baseline where you start.
I have a music artist that is hitting so good on social media right now that I'm kind of like overseeing and like not managing but like kind of like guiding a little bit and like kind of giving some like hinters and seeing what they're doing, and they're doing so fucking good because A, they have the consistency, but B, they were able to find a market here in Albuquerque to hit particularly and find the hashtags to be able to draw in everything naturally with the algorithms and finding more people, and then more people are talking about it. So for example, I started doing this weird form of marketing now where basically if I'm going to go promote something, I'm going to go do interviews and I'm going to go on campus and I'm going to go ask kids.
You did that with Mitch.
I did that with Mitch. You know Mitch?
He's a guest on our pod. Yeah. Shout out Mitch.
Motherfucker.
That's actually why. That's why I watched your podcast with Only Kings because I recognized you through Mitch, and I was like, "Who is this guy? This guy's cool."
Yeah, no, Mitch is.
You know what I mean? But Mitch is our boy. He was like on an earlier episode. Like,
I love him.
And the reason it's crazy, the reason that he was a guest is because we had a booth set up at an art event.
Yeah.
And we had a raffle, so like everyone wrote their name, put it in the jar, and at the end we pull it. That's a random guest we get on the pod.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. So Mitch was the one who we chose. So I didn't even know who Mitch was. He just showed up like you.
Oh shit!
And now we're like good friends, bro. So like,
oh bro, Mitch is such
crazy.
a sweetheart. I love him. He's my favorite whore. I love him. Like I love him so much.
Shout out Mitch. Shout out Library. That's how we do it.
Yeah, no, but
we need to actually go support him. We haven't even.
Oh no. Come to the February. You guys are on the list. Just come through to the February 26th Heartbreaker party that we're having at Launchpad.
Okay,
he's gonna be headlining that.
Yeah, I didn't know he was headlining that. I saw him promoting it, but that's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
He's a headliner.
Dude,
Nobody. So what I do?
We'll give you guys some ATG glasses to wrap up there, bro.
Oh, bro, I will definitely wrap it.
So usually we let our guests choose whatever glasses we want. We'll do it at the end. But this is part of our brand.
It's not going to be...
ATG.
There's no point of you coming if you do not get on stage and take a photo. Like, there's really no problem. Like, you guys need to get on stage.
That would be awesome.
That
So
would
you
be
said
dope.
end of February, right?
Yeah, February 26th.
That's
It is
26th.
next week on Sunday.
Okay, cool.
Makes sense
So
to me.
we'll maybe drop this
Have you ever been to a party or a rager on a Sunday?
No,
on
but
the
I'm
day of
down.
the Lord?
I'd have to take off on Monday.
I'm off on Mondays.
Are you guys working on Sunday?
I
No,
don't.
no.
Oh, no? Okay.
No.
I'm off on Monday too. Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, no. So you guys can get like hella drunk.
Oh,
Yeah,
So-
yeah, we'll
no.
show up, man. We'll support, of course, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we love you guys. You guys are like family.
We got a pretty good surprise coming because we're like decorating everything. We want to make it like really big, and so it's gonna be a
That's
pretty
sick.
good
What
surprise.
was the name of it again?
Heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker, February 26th. It's gonna be happening at 10 p.m.
Check
Launchpad.
it out. At
Albuquerque.
Launchpad. You already know, all you locals.
No ghetto shit. Okay.
If you don't know
Yeah,
the
no ghetto.
Launchpad, then are you even cultured?
Are you Porteño, dude?
From the burger.
That's where we go. Like you said, rhythms. Like we have a lot of local reggae artists that
Yeah.
we grew up with that are part of these gigs and stuff. So
I
we
love
always
the
go
rhythms. I
support
love
them.
I've been a fan of them since I came to the state and started, because the first thing that I started doing when I came into the state, I started looking into all the. Oh my goodness, my ADHD. I was mentioning
I'm
why.
the same as you, man. So I apologize for like.
Yeah, no, I do this all the time. First of all, I love the rhythms, and the first thing that I did when I came into the state was look for locals
Yeah.
and try to see what was popping over here,
Mhm.
who was coming up, who was trying to come up, who was releasing stuff. Like I did like a deep dive and like a stalking search on everybody.
That's cool, man.
And so, but what makes the music artist specifically in New Mexico popular or in any area is first targeting the market that you're in front of.
Right.
And it pisses me off that the fact that, for example, Imagine Dragons, Neon Trees, David Archuleta, all these crazy amounts of music artists that were there
Right.
in Utah that are from like the Provo area or have done performances in the Provo area. You are in between BYU, which is a like 50,000 student like university,
Mhm.
and it's like really like everybody knows about BYU.
Right.
But you also have UVU, which is all like not a community college, but like still like they have like a trade school mixed in with like
Like a
business,
C&M vibe a little bit?
like a C&M on crack.
Oh, I got
like
you.
it's like such a like
Like it might as well be D1. Like it's like
it has more students than BYU at
Wow.
some points. It literally has like a lot of students going there because they can't afford it or they can't get in, and so
Yeah.
they go down the street, which is only like a mile or two down the road.
For
So
sure.
you have two universities that have hundreds of thousands of students going to them. Only 2 miles from each other, you're gonna have a whole college town
Yeah.
that has nothing to do that wants a party. It's like more crazier than ASU,
For
and you
sure.
have a bunch of Mormons that don't really do anything crazy. And so what do they have to do? They're
Yeah.
nothing, man.
yeah, no.
It's
If
an
you do
open-
that, if you have ASU and you took away all their entertainment, bro, they're gonna be setting the city on fire. It's
Oh,
gonna be like
dude.
all the black people like burning everything down for like
That's
the
like
same from like what happened during COVID. Like
Yeah.
it's exactly like that type of scenario with if you take away entertainment from groups of people or take away
Yeah.
anything away from like this culture. And when COVID happened, it hit all these areas so fucking hard. You see how like dangerous it got real quick, especially over here. We had UFC fighters like quite literally beating the shit out of like people just running around burning buildings
Yeah.
over in Albuquerque. It was
Yeah.
like
Wild.
'cause
People forget. That was
Yes.
like not too long ago.
that was like a
Yeah.
About a year ago?
year and a half ago. Shout out Jackson Winkle. It's like, basically,
My
like,
boys.
but
Shout out John.
but
Shout out John.
basically, like that type of stuff is like people were killing each other over
Yeah,
toilet paper.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just like that's why I'm
But-
trying to like come over here and trying to like build
Dude.
something.
Dude, it's like a fully stocked pond, just waiting for you to throw your rod in. And
Who have you seen that has done what Riot is doing? Like I can name a couple that are trying, but I
Right.
haven't seen.
I haven't seen.
I haven't. I really haven't. You
Yeah.
know,
There is one that I really do like that I like have been see. They're very specific though. They
Mhm.
bring music artists. They
Right.
don't like throw parties. They specifically are bringing.
so they're
in,
more of like the shaking the hands, getting that.
They're
reaching out to
getting
the artists to come here.
they're getting talents, and so
Mm.
throwing a party is very different than doing a concert. And it looks like there's these groups here that are doing that, and they're getting the momentum. But for me, I was turning around and I'm like, I don't like how much music artists usually cost. Like
Right,
for
yeah.
example, let's say what's a good music artist I don't know off the top of my head. Not Louis the Child. What are they called? Loud Luxury. Loud Luxury.
I've heard of
Yeah,
them.
I've heard of them.
Have you? Are they
Yeah.
EDM or what?
They're kind of no, they sing.
They're a house. Like
Yeah.
they're pretty
Okay.
good. They're pretty good. They're like they cost around like $35,000.
Really? Them? Holy hell!
Yeah.
They only know one song from them.
See, and that's the thing. Like, if you pay that much for an artist and people don't show up, like, you know,
There's
you
ways
better-
that you.
I mean, I know it sells itself out basically by the name, but
Well, that's why the venues are suffering a lot over here. It's
Yeah.
because we're depending on music artists to bring in the momentum.
right.
But then I don't know. I'm going to bring up something that's pretty interesting that I'm very happy that's happening in my realm.
Yeah, tell us, man.
For example, there's a shining light at the end of the tunnel, which is the rave scene for just specifically parties in local areas. For example, you know about Shrek Rave.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
big.
I've
That's
seen
been
it.
hitting big.
That's just a party. Who's the headliner?
I don't know.
They
It's
switch
just-
it up every single city. And
People are just so excited to freaking dress like Lord Farquaad.
Oh my goodness.
Yes!
Dude, I'm
Finally!
like, I'm 5'6". I was meant
He's
to
like,
be.
place I could shine.
I need to be Lord Farquaad or the Gingerbread Man.
Yeah.
That is
So-
my biggest goal. I want to perform at either like the Bubble Rave that they have like the SpongeBob raves that
Yeah.
they do, or like the Shrek Rave, and it's like the same dude that throws both of them.
That's
like
crazy.
he's I think he's
Does
actually
he tour? Because I know I saw some people he did
He's
like
actually
in
Arizona.
Arizona.
He's like a celebrity DJ. His name is like Cash. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's spelled with like a 5 or something. But yeah, no, he's like look him up. He's like really really dope.
Check him
But
out.
yeah, no, they've been like the party scene is out now getting like the momentum,
Mhm.
and it's weird because I'm seeing these phases of music and phases of entertainment that have been like changing really aggressively within like the last like 10 years, and I'm noticing, for example, in the early 2000s you wouldn't see DJs performing.
No,
Like
you wouldn't. Yeah.
you would see rappers going to
Right.
nightclubs doing appearances, like talents, like famous people on the
Right.
radio.
Yeah,
would
like
bringing in-
raves were super, like they didn't exist.
and then you have like Little John coming out of the woodwork and then
Right.
just like bringing in stuff.
What?
Yeah, no, it
He
was
bridged
like,
that gap though with EDM and rap. You know,
a lot of
he was one of the first artists to turn down for what and all that. Like then that reached out to a whole different wave.
I would say that
I
the biggest
didn't
like
switch it
the
up.
biggest people that influence so much for EDM specifically in America, I want to put Little John on that scene, but I would say, what are they called? The duo that wears the helmets,
Oh, Daft Punk.
Daft Punk, and
Right
so yep, and
That's one of my favorite.
and
groups.
this is all like French, German, like type of like style influence that's coming because that's where EDM originated.
Right.
It's like all in like that European area,
sure.
and basically and I notice how like America always takes certain things from like different like groups and like refines it to like a perfect product, and we like pump out nothing but that.
Oh,
and
dude.
so I think that's like our biggest export more than anything else. It's like mostly like
100%,
culture.
We're
and
culture.
music.
That's all. That's
And
what
so-
we sell.
Yeah.
In the
'Cause,
United
like-
States.
We sell the culture. Yeah.
Kim K's.
It's
All
like
the
really weird.
But yeah, you're right. But what were you getting at? Like with those guys, like
nightmares
with
of that
Daft
song.
Punk?
It's like-
Do you remember that song, dude? I can't. It's stuck in my head. It's driving me crazy.
No, how I
Anyways.
found out about that song is there's this like TikToker. I totally forgotten his name. He like makes music videos to like
Yeah.
EDM songs and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. And he blew up like making like this video where he was like dancing in the forest and like he does these like skits to like. That's how I saw that song. And I
So
was
like he had that song in the background. I think that guy's name like Gold Soul or something. The way that I found out about him was through TikTok.
and he
it was
looks
like,
ratchet as fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. He
It's
looks.
like-
I thought he was like from here. I didn't know where he was from, but
I thought he was from here.
I honestly thought he was because I was like, "There's no
Missing
way this
D's
guy's
and
this
everything.
popular." Like, what the heck's going on? And it was like when you're cleaning out your Nintendo 64 game, and he's all. I was like, "Oh god." No, but what were you kind of getting at, like with Daft Punk? Like you were saying, like they were
Basically,
like,
these
they
people
are-
brought in a lot of the influence and opened the door for a lot of the EDM scene to grow in America. But
Right.
I got to take a closer look at what is going, because there's a lot of like really fun things about learning about like the history of like DJing. Like for example, I'll give you an example. There was a little kid at a barbecue, like way back then, like in the 60s, 70s, like 50s, I would dare say, like. They were just having like a cookout, like neighborhood barbecue, and they had like these crates. And back then, people would like bring in vinyls, and so
That's
this
sick.
dude was like, "I'm gonna bring all my like really old speakers and RCA like shit and like these old vinyl like stuff, and I will try to like put a disc on this side and then put a disc on this side, so when this song ends, I can immediately start up this song and I can switch to vinyls and doing like that
Yeah.
type of thing." Like this was like in the 50s.
Yeah.
some kid at the barbecue just was like being a nuisance and just comes up and it's like and it's like started scratching, and that ended up being like how the people at the bar
scene,
the whole like
hip hop, everything after that, Beastie Boys,
literally like that was everybody at the party was like, whoa, what the fuck was that? And they were like, that's cool. And then
that sounds
some
cool.
little kid at a barbecue started like the whole entire like scratch scene and started up that whole entire thing where like hip hop started introducing that, and it's like fun little things I've been like I study all that type of stuff, and I find it so funny how like not even long ago, it wasn't that long ago that we didn't have internet. We didn't like straight up like AOL, all this stuff.
The only thing on YouTube was like cat videos for forever. You know what I mean? Or like
YouTube
fails, people falling.
When did YouTube come out?
I don't know. I remember first watching YouTube in like 2004, 5. I don't know.
2005. That's not that long.
Yeah, it's not
2005.
I remember being in like 7th, 8th grade and like being like, hey, look, we could watch people falling off ladders. Or like, remember Dane Cook was really popular? That was the first YouTube videos that I was exposed to.
That he was like the first music, like him and I can't remember if it was Metallica or Slipknot that blew up also with Dane Cook on the same platforms.
Came out February 14th, 2005.
Now, think about that.
See,
that's only
crazy.
in 2005 that we just had like YouTube, and only a few years before that like internet. And so it's like it's really weird to see how aggressively not only like technology but also culture has like expanded. And you probably, since you saw the last one, you probably saw my theory about, or how I was like watching other like DJs talk about the theory of like crises, like going because based off of like music and shit like that. For example, like
how the tempo speeds up and like that's when you could tell there's gonna be a recession or something like that.
Really?
Well, like he's like just like the psychology.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
What were the 20s known as?
The Roaring
20s. Yeah. What was the type of music style that was going on before that?
Shit, I don't know.
It was like slow. Like it was slow. Like a lot of like the music before like the Roaring 20s.
Yeah,
was
like jazzy.
It was very like vibey.
Guess,
you had like that love type of like R&B was starting to come up. Like you have that smooth jazz type of stuff. But then all the jazz started picking up and it started like all that swing and all that shit.
Okay, yeah, like that.
We're all stressed out.
Literally what happened after 1927. Come on, you didn't learn history? It's a Great Depression. Great Depression.
Yeah, there it is.
Right there. So literally that type of stuff and momentum is like...
Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Let me bring it back to a little bit more modern that you might at least know a little bit about. Skrillex.
Yeah.
Skrillex came out around the time he like blew out his vocals or something from doing like a screamo band, and then he started like really like sitting in a room making like weird sounds, and then started like making a lot of like production and seeing what people like Daft Punk were doing and seeing like all that stuff and that momentum. He's like, I'm gonna like infuse this and make like new sounds and all that, and the BPM started going higher and higher and higher because of him. Right when he came out of the woodwork and started doing a lot of shit, recession.
Yep, it was like what, 2011, 2010?
2008.
Was that?
Yeah.
What vibe? Where are we at now, dude? It seems like it's. I don't know.
We're right there. It's gonna happen.
We are, but
another one.
But it's the system.
Skrillex hasn't dropped any music until most recently.
But it's so hard to tell because some of the Skrillex songs now aren't that as crazy as they used to be.
No, it's just. But
I remember seeing Skrillex, and I've seen him like a bunch of times. But I remember there was just cop cars crashing into each other, and I was like,
okay, so dubstep and all that. Dubstep started happening, and all that hit the fan. Let me bring something that's more modern right now that's happening that will probably make you be like, oh shit, hardstyle.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
just like
Little Texas and these other people, like, what the fuck is that style? And I'm not bashing on it or anything. I just like that type of momentum and EDM and BPMs and all that type of stuff.
You can't maintain that for that long without.
Why is that becoming all of a sudden popular and like the main thing like right now at festivals and like?
It is actually.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
So you don't. So we're about to hit it.
Yeah.
Right, if hardstyle is coming out of the woodwork like that.
Yeah.
We're about to hit it.
For sure.
So,
I mean, like, I don't know.
Either Russia's gonna hit us or something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
we're already
like balloons getting shot down.
Yeah.
President saying words backwards.
You're probably like freaking. Like, you're probably like nerding out over like, yo, bro, we explosives and shit. Like over like that.
No,
type of
I
stuff.
know a lot. I think. I mean, we're
you
always.
Know what college students are learning about? They're learning that we're only 90 miles away from like Russia. Like Alaska's like right there.
Yeah.
People don't realize, they look at like the map and then they're like Russia's all the way on this end of the map,
that's why
and
we have so many bases there.
they forget that it's like a full circle. It's like right there.
They're like, Alaska ain't an island.
I know.
Dude, it's so fun to ask the college students stupid like questions like that, and they don't know. Like they just like legitimately don't know anything, and it's like so funny.
Did you? I'm gonna change it up a little bit. So you said you grew up in Utah?
No, I grew up here.
Oh, so you did.
So I was born in Florida.
I was gonna ask how you ended up kind of back here, like how you like.
So COVID. Yeah, no, I was. So I left here right after I dropped out of high school, and I was like working several jobs over here. I was working at Walmart. I was working at Home
Depot. High school, by the way?
Cleveland High School.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cleveland.
Right on, man. All right, cool.
Where are you guys at?
Oh, we're from Belen, dude.
Oh, Belen?
Yeah.
I
don't know all the musicians come from.
No, I make fun of Belen a lot, but you guys like, that's where like the hardest team to like beat the shit out of in like football, because like all like the farmer kids and all that. So it's like way harder.
No, but 100%. But that, so you ended up, so you grew up here, left for a while, and then you came back here like a couple years ago? Yeah,
COVID hit and the whole entire industry shut down. Now here's a really funny, weird thing that I'm like still depressed about. So basically, like I'm not joking you, like 4 to 5 months, I would say max like 7 months before COVID, I was getting the most momentum in my whole entire life I ever got. So I was like working for several years. I've been in the music industry for like over like 8 years. And I was building a lot of connections, doing a lot of politics, building a lot of content, doing a lot of stuff.
Right.
I was the do-it-yourself type of person. Like, don't ever count on nobody. So I was like buying my own equipment and then like programming it all and going like nerding out, like making myself look
just growing
bigger.
Your skills, looking bigger.
I was doing it for the professionals, and I learned how to do all of that at the commercial level. So I was doing that with me at the small level. So I was like, it's not going to be very hard for me to like.
Right.
A, I know how to put 1,000 people in front of my stage without knowing my name.
Right.
B, I know how to like make myself look cool. A lot of people owe me favors. I dropped a song with like T-Pain. I had like Sean Paul featuring on another song. Like I was like doing a lot of stuff.
Right.
I had my own.
You're building confidence. Like you were at the point where you felt comfortable.
Yeah, no, I had all my own stuff going on, and basically, I was getting booked by music festivals, and I was like, okay, the momentum's going. I was hanging out with celebrities and like becoming friends with these people and sleeping on their couches, and I was like, this is nuts. And then I was having like labels like look at me, and so basically everything that a small music artist was like would dream of, like I was having all happen to me within like a 4 or 5 month period, and it was aggressively getting quicker. And then my last show that I did before COVID hit was like February. I want to say like February. Yeah, no, it was like February 12th or February 13th, and it was at like Sundance, and I was like performing with like G-Eazy, and like I was having like, if you don't know what Sundance Film Festival music is, like it's basically like a festival or like a film festival only for like celebrities and like big people, and like obviously like GA and people can come through, but it's like
only celebrities.
The GA ticket is like $10,000. So like it's like you only have like the premiere of the premiere showing up, and so like I'm watching like Nick Jonas like in front of my stage, while I have like also like celebrities, like I have like the cast of like whatever the Stranger Things people like walk by. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I have everybody and anybody over like in front of my stage, and I'm performing. I'm like freaking out because it's like the biggest opportunity I've ever gotten in my whole entire life. And so like I got
That's big, man.
I had big music artists opening for me. I was like put high up on the lineup, and I was like, this is nuts, dude. And then couple days later, everything shuts down. I didn't know how bad it was going to be, and I was like, okay, well, if we're all going to die, I'd rather be close to my family. So I moved back to the ghettos of Albuquerque. No, but I came back down here.
Hey, you came back down here for a reason, man. And I think you're starting to fulfill that, and you're starting to come to your own and figure out your true purpose. Yeah. And who knows, you might end up back there, you might end up here making something even more special. I
have a new set of goals. It opened my eyes because I was focused on this like sparkly thing of like everybody's chasing, and then I was like, oh my god, there's such a bigger thing right here that these people sign off. And it's so, I forgot that when working in the industry, I just realized that poster is actually two people fighting.
Yeah, that's actually from the movie Rocky. That's Apollo Creed in Rocky.
Yo, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a bunch of colors sprayed off everywhere. I was like, interesting.
At the end of Rocky 2 or Rocky 3, which one? They punch each other, and then it pauses, and it's an art picture. Yeah, and I somehow found a print of it, but
no, I didn't realize that. It looks so cool. Anyway, so basically,
Rocky 2.
Rocky 3.
Oh, so he fights clever. Okay.
Do you want to fight right now? Just kidding. All right, so what were you saying?
He shoots people out of a helicopter, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, bro, all I gotta do is count from 10.
I know, my car will blow up.
All right, let's not go there.
He's like, I just did an oil change. God damn it. But yeah, no. Basically, I came here and I noticed that there was so much potential for all of these music artists, and it's pissing me off because like a lot of them are just like, I don't want to be like the weirdo that's like, hey yo, I could like blow you up, but like a lot of people don't know that my background of working with like.
Yeah.
I have photos with Kanye. Like,
right.
like I've done like the biggest of the biggest things, and so when I go and try to like help out all the smaller music artists over here, they're all like.
Do they kind of get offended
like,
a little bit? Like, who are you? Like, and you're telling me what to do?
I feel like it's more
that?
of like my.
Sorry.
Oh, my bad. I feel like it's more of like ignorance on my part because like I just like. I'm like the really bubbly, like friendly, like type of person that will go up and try to make friends with you immediately and try to like give advice immediately and try to see like I'm like a fixer. Like I'll try to see like what I can improve when these people don't understand like. They and now I understand that they have like their own system, they have their own stuff, and they're learning and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, I already did trial by fire for like 8 years. I've already like blown like $50,000. Let me help you. Like I've already burned everything down myself. Let me help you get from like point A to point B. And they just like are learning. A lot of them are like now are like, yo, because for example, I have like flame cannons. I have like smoke machines. I have like a lot of lighting. I have staging. I have sound equipment. And
that's a lot of stuff that people don't even.
I give it to them for free.
That has a flame cannon.
No.
Wait, I give it to them for free.
Yeah.
And they don't know that.
Oh, you do?
I do. I will tell on this podcast, all of these people, any artist that is a local music artist, I know how hard it is to buy a venue and rent out a venue, split ticket sales, do all that, do all the marketing, do all of the like production, do all of the engineering, finding people to help build a team and do all of this and help promote and get like 20 people in front of your stage. Like,
that's hard.
Let me at least make you look badass. Let me give you the high production Beyonce level type of like staging. That's and like
sick,
like try to make you look at that high level, because if you get a snapshot in front of 1,000 people.
Oh, dude! Like we were just talking about Mitch. Like you guys did that event together at UNM. Like you guys.
That's him. That was him.
Was that
Red
just
Rally?
Doing that?
That was it. So basically,
because I know you guys have been. I don't know like how involved you guys are together. Because I know you guys do the skits and stuff. But I was just saying, like, it's just cool how you guys, like, build relationships, you know?
Oh, yeah, no,
everyone hypes each other up, you know? We're starting to, I will say that.
Yeah,
like, anyone who's a guest on the podcast, they're forever, like, a friend, and it's so cool to make these connections. Yeah. Because then we can
You heard that. These people are going to bail me out of jail if I get... so.
Yeah, right. We'll be in the cell right next to you.
They're like, oh, yo, DECON just walked in. Bro, what's up? What'd you do, dude? We blew shit up.
It started with flames, ended with flames. I don't know.
We got real drunk.
Yeah, but that's cool that you you offer yourself up and all the stuff and all the flamethrowers and production, all that stuff to artists.
I want them to be at the only way now that you can be able to get somewhere is if you look like something. And it sucks that it's at that level, because I know so many talents that are like way better than anything I've ever seen. We have talents here that are absolutely fucking amazing. I'll drop a name right now. Savings.
Savings?
Do you know who Savings is?
No, I don't.
You are hurting yourself, because you need to look him up. He is a like alternative, like punk, like grunge type of like artist over here. He is so amazing. His lyrics are amazing. His production is amazing. Like the style of music that they do, like, bro, you need to look him up. Another one that I will throw at you, Rylan Oz.
Rylan Oz?
Rylan Oz. He's a hip-hop artist. I'm not going to say, like, he's just a rapper, because he can sing a little bit, too. He can do a lot of different things. He's, like, really on par. Another big one, too, that I want to throw at you guys, Wycare. Wycare does electronic, experimental type of, like, stuff. So if you know what hyperpop is, he's, like, blowing up, with, like, in that realm, too. He's getting a lot of, like, follows on TikTok. He's blowing up with his music. Another one that I'm just like a fangirl of, that I'm like homies with, Cali Soul and Rakim, both of those two. So if you know who Cali Soul was just on a TV show called American Song Contest with Snoop Dogg and Kelly Clarkson. So if you've seen,
what kind of genre?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. Sade Munira, she does a lot of stuff. Slums of Harvard, if you know them.
Yeah, I've seen them on the podcast, or one of the podcasts. We should introduce them to like Kosi Nadi. Because Kosi's a really good hip hop artist. He's one of our friends. He opened up for Bone Thugs a while ago.
Yeah.
He's really good. Has a pretty good social media presence. He has like a YouTube channel. He'll drop like music videos every now and then.
I haven't come
He was
across
a
this
guest on
person
the
yet.
pod
It's been
also.
like 2 years.
Yeah. Well, he's not as in the scene as he used to be. He still has the skill. I think he just needs someone to like bring him out of the.
Oh, they're calling you out, dude.
You know
They're
what I
calling
mean?
you out.
Out of the cave.
Well,
they're critiquing you hard, bro.
I'm not critiquing you. I'm just saying, like,
you know.
I feel like he's a good guy that, like, you can, if you just
He has a
hit
lot
him
of
up,
charisma too. Like
he could be a comedian as well.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
I like
Kosinati.
looking at music artists. I like working with music artists at a small level because it's so much fun working. Imagine this. Imagine working with an artist and seeing all the struggle, and then all of a sudden they get famous. They get verified. You get to go tours with them, and then doing that process again and again and again, where you're finding just like these like basically homeless like people that have so much talent, and they're just like,
boom, boom, boom.
I've slept on I don't know how many fucking couches, and the amount of friends that I've seen like get verified and blow up and get signed, and like it's just so magical. Like watching that. Getting from like point A where we were just like eating like ramen and strudel like whatever the toaster like fucking shit like
dude the beginning of this is it almost time?
My wife
oh, okay.
So,
tell her 5 more minutes.
I want you to how about this for these last 5 minutes, how about this, I want you to ask me as anything and everything about the music industry that you have questions about.
I kind of want to just know like why you value like the smaller, like, I mean, I think we're on the same page as this. I won't ask why, but I'm gonna agree with you on what you just said.
I do agree
the
with
beginning of the stories are always the best. If you look at any biography or any big artist, the beginning, the prequels, that's why
Dolly Parton has the best come up story ever.
Yeah.
Period.
And prequels, sell. That's why prequels sell just as much as a regular movie. Because like, why did he become this, or how did he become this? What? Kendrick was sleeping on couches, like, DJ Mitch was,
You know what I like about Kendrick Lamar
but,
that is very, very rare that I don't see, and then a lot of people don't appreciate or talk about, that I have seen when you're going through the entertainment industry, it's hard to have a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
I have people throw bras at me like on stage, and it doesn't sit well with my girl.
Right.
And so like it's really hard to like be dating steady with people and stuff like that, but Kendrick Lamar had his girl from like the beginning and struggled all the way to like where he's at now.
That helps,
and
man.
So,
behind every good man is a good woman.
I'm a fangirl over Kendrick.
100% of the music artists that I have shaken hands with and that I have seen, all of them have gotten either divorced or single or can't like hold of it. He's one of the only people that I've seen that actually has like had
Shout out Kendrick, family man.
It's so weird.
All right, real quick, since we got 5 minutes, I'm gonna fire off. What's your worst favorite genre of music?
Worst favorite genre? Worst favorite?
I mean, sorry. Top favorite or top worst genre. Like, what's your, like, at the top of, like, worst?
Top worst genre?
Like, there's worst.
What's the
top one that you're
number
like,
one you don't like?
Math rock.
What the hell's that?
Math rock pisses me the fuck up. Oh, you're gonna piss off a lot of people by saying that. But
rap, rock, EDM, country.
Math rock is like the.
Out of those four, which one would you say is
why the four? Are you limiting me?
I'm trying to get a hot take. I'm trying to get a hot take.
These are the only genres that no. Like no.
Say your A one. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
math rock.
No, math rock because math rock is like.
Look it up.
No, the reason why I hate, like, for example,
I don't think people know what math rock is.
I don't know what that
math
rock is.
If someone told me math rock, I would be like, what is that?
It's a type of experimental type of rock where like the picture, people that don't understand it or don't know it or don't like see like that type of style, like for example, it's very heavy in like the alternative scene. You'll see like those types of bands like.
And so it's just the worst.
In your
opinion.
It's just so
I'm gonna look it up.
It's so out of reach of like
it's
my
like
comprehension. It's my
you have to be on acid.
They are so good at their level of instrumentation that I cannot comprehend how they do. For example, they're having like different tempos. They're all playing at different BPMs. They're all like doing stuff live and reading each other and it's just,
that's crazy.
It's just so that's why it's called math rock because it's like so mathematically like
math,
badass like you can't understand it. And so
favorite EDM artist.
Favorite EDM artist I have.
You don't have to say favorite but what's one you really
favorite
like?
Artist of the week in the genre of EDM. I'm going to say. Either Dennett or
write that down, kids.
Or Tuhamo. Those are
Homo.
That sounds cool.
That sounds
no,
cool.
he works with a lot of like, for example, the artists within the realm of like, for example, like Skrillex, like house, like bass house or that type of stuff. He's like,
I'll look it up.
So fucking sexy in there.
Send me some of those names.
Oh, disco lines.
Send
disco
me some
lines.
of the local names too, because
locally.
I'm so ADD. No, all those names you fired off earlier that you said to look out for, like the local artists that are hot right now.
Yes.
Let us know. Tell your wife.
No, that
2
was
minutes.
No, that was my work.
Tell her. No, I'm just kidding. So real quick, I want you to promote your event real quick. Dates, name of the event.
We can go for like 5 more minutes. Like, there's like no pressure.
I don't want you to get in trouble, bro.
I'm not gonna get in trouble. Go ahead.
I'm like, this guy's like gonna get a freaking.
You know, I go home and she's like,
no,
I go to my front door. All my bags are packed out there.
He's gonna come back.
She's
for
like, I
another
hope the podcast was worth it.
He's actually episode 54 and 55.
I'm on your couch.
How about your back to couches, buddy? You said you liked it a lot. That's awesome, bro.
That's your start. This is your finish.
Yeah. So, Heartbreak.
Heartbreaker. Yeah, no, it's Heartbreaker hosted at the launch pad. It's going to be February 26th. Doors open at 10 p.m. We're going to have sexy artists like Dankrupt. Dankrupt has been getting a huge amount of momentum. They've been performing at a lot of different venues with a lot of famous people. They opened up for Ray Volpe. They're opening up for Zed's Dead. They're doing a lot of stuff. I have them. Those are my boys. They help me run Riot.
Let's go.
So, and then I also have the one, the only, the legend, Mr. Mitch. He performs at all the nightclubs.
Okay, bro, you got put these on while you're repping it, bro, for Heartbreak.
No.
See, that's against the grain right there. I appreciate that.
So nosotros so basically I have Mitch, who is like the sexiest DJ in all of New Mexico.
Yep.
He's been killing it. He's also if you did you guys go to Red Rally, or have you guys ever gone to Red Rally?
I used to.
You used to. Why did you stop?
In college. I don't know. I just stopped.
It's free.
I know. We'll go back if you're doing an event. We'll go.
Oh, I did it like 2 years ago, and that's what confused me about this place.
Yeah.
I turned around and I was like, why are there 4,000 people in front of my stage during COVID? Like, and then
we got a little wild, bro.
No, fun fact. Okay, UNM lied to me. UNM completely lied to me, and then they were like, bro, it's like during COVID, not many kids are gonna show up.
Yeah.
Like, this is an event that is like gonna be itty bitty little small. Like, we'll pay you. Like, we can't afford you. Like, I was like, you know what? I feel very bad. These people are like telling me that they don't have the resources. Nobody's gonna be there. I'm gonna help them out. I love like my state. Let me try to see if I can do that.
Yeah.
Tell me why these people are like 300 people are gonna show up in front of your stage. I'm like, I got you. It's okay.
Yeah, we're unpredictable.
I got you. Like, and then 4,000 kids show up, and I can't find 4,000. I had to drive from Colorado all the way over here to do that show, and then I was like,
flamethrower to get them back off. The
no, they were no. Like, I came so unprepared. I didn't have any of my gear. I was like,
because you were just like, it's gonna be low key.
It's like a quinceañera. I was prepared for a quinceañera, and then these motherfuckers bring out like a whole like I don't know, like.
Yeah.
Camp Flogna in front of my fucking stage, and I'm sitting there and I'm like,
hey, as a promoter, that's a good thing. It's better that than less.
No, it's not. Pay me my money.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm totally kidding. I love them. I'm so grateful for that opportunity. It was so much fun. But no, because of that opportunity, like, I was able to be like, wow, there's so many kids here that are desperate for parties. I have to do something with this, and then that's what started this whole entire endeavor of like trying to bring these resources over here. Because when was the last time that you saw like Monster come over here and do an event?
Not that I've ever even known.
No.
Thank you, Up and Up. We were able to collaborate with Monster and bring them over here to New Mexico for the first time. Like, actually, like, jump-starting, like, the scene with, like, all the parties. They helped us rent out several different venues all over the city. And then we started throwing free parties for everybody. We ended up getting, like, half of them shut down. But it was, like, it was so much fun. Like, it was, like, Project X all over the place. And then that helped us jumpstart everything with Riot. Riot is only, like, what, like, a couple months old?
Yeah.
Like,
so if people want to get on the scene, like, there's there's going to be at least a couple hundred people watching this right now. They want to get on the scene. Where can we direct them to? Riot Entertainment? Riot?
Yeah, no, you can go onto Instagram and you can type in Riots, plural, Riots NM, and that's it.
Riots NM, guys. Go check it out.
I want to show you the main reason.
I want to know too.
Well, I want to show you the main reason why it got me, why I started doing all of this stuff down here in the party scene. I ended up coming across a lot of kids that were suffering really badly from the amount of violence and the amount of craziness that was happening.
Yeah.
Press play.
You're not going to copyright me? Okay. Oh, damn. No.
How many guns do you count?
There's at least 4 pointing at me right now. Down. You see that? Can I show this on the thing?
I don't think you
No.
you will definitely get taken down if you show that video.
Okay, guys. Can I say what's...
Yeah, no,
I'm looking
they're
at?
basically...
There's at least 5 guns just being pointed at a party.
Yeah, no.
It looks like everyone's about to get shot out.
2 people got shot that night.
Two
And
people?
yeah, this happened over at
That's
the cottages.
sad, man.
I think one of them ended up passing away. And
Jeez.
what ends up happening is that a lot of these parties that are being thrown, these kids don't have anywhere to go, and so they rent out an Airbnb or they find a house party to try to throw themselves, or like desperate to like, yo, I want to like have fun. I'm gonna have fun. We're gonna have alcohol. I'm gonna invite a bunch of girls, a bunch of my friends. Let's see what we can do. And then they end up getting shot by strangers. And the problem is that the first thing that I focused on was I was like, okay, I want to create something safe.
Yeah.
And so I only started working with professional venues. We did warehouses, and then we saw how sideways that could get.
It's hard, man.
Yeah,
it's hard.
But we ended up started throwing parties at like these professional venues that come with security, that come with barricades.
Right.
And then, what was the last nightclub that you went to, or like the last party that you went to?
I mean, I don't know. Last place that probably had EDM music, I went to something in LA, probably.
Yeah.
How much did it cost?
It was
20
$15,
bucks, maybe,
20 bucks.
Okay, let me charge you
think.
like $6-7 max.
Yeah.
That's more reasonable.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
everybody can
Especially
afford
as
that.
a college kid, bro. I mean, like,
That's what people
even now,
forget.
but people are like, oh, they have $5 cover even. They're like, I'm not gonna go.
I'm-
Even though it's probably like a really fun time, and they're probably gonna spend like $30 on drinks. It's just like freaks people out.
Well, yeah, no, that's why we started off with free parties.
Right.
And then we were like, hold on, let me show you what we can do. We started throwing the free parties and started getting the momentum. I got like all of my production set up in this like shitty like
and
area.
even then though, I don't even think 20 is like even that like like you're
Yes, it is.
you're paying.
Yeah, 20 is expensive.
Is it?
Yes,
Okay.
it is for a party. If I'm gonna
No,
personally,
I meant like for a concert, I guess.
even for a concert,
Yeah.
I will hold like those artists at a level of like affordability and expectation, because
Right.
look at what's happening with Ticketmaster.
What do you think about Zach Bryan? If you know
Yeah.
who that is?
Well,
Zach
who's that?
Bryan.
That guy that just came?
No, he's like a newer country artist, but he's not going through Ticketmaster, and he tried his like, I don't know, he tried a whole different setup. It was kind of blowing up in his face.
I
Really?
did not look at this yet, and I don't know what's going on.
It's with
So like what he did is a
Ticketmaster?
lottery. No, he doesn't want to go.
Oh,
through.
he doesn't want to go through Ticketmaster.
So what he did for each show is like you pay $1, right?
Okay.
And then if you put in your thing to his website or whatever,
Right.
and if you don't get a ticket, you get your $1 back.
Huh.
But
Well, that's what Up and Up does.
so it's kind of like that.
Through Monster. Basically, what they're doing is they're basically having a competition between all these universities all across the country, and say 80 universities are on, and then they're like, okay, guess who your headliner is? And it could be like anywhere between like Cascade, Slushy,
Right.
like any of these EDM artists that they have. This semester they have Chris Lorenzo. Last semester they had Don Dalla. And
Yeah, I
so
remember
basically, they're like, you guys, we will bring you Don Dalla or Chris Lorenzo or any of these famous people. All you have to do is outsell or sell out your venue or outsell the other universities in ticket sales. So what I did was I was like, let me try to find small little venues around here so we don't have to like work so hard. But I don't know how Miami, Ohio, like what they do over there at that university, they basically sell out their tickets within like 4 minutes.
Oh shit.
Thousands of ticket sales within 4 minutes.
Wow.
That's impossible. Like that's like
Yeah.
unheard of. And their tickets are like $30. And if your university, you say you bought a ticket and you're trying to see but you don't win, you get your money back. There's no risk at all for you. It's just you get as many people in the area to buy a ticket to see a music artist, which is like a good concept.
It's
but
a good concept, but it seems hard.
the reason why Up and Up is successful versus what he is doing, and he's probably bigger than any of these music artists that they bring on Up and Up. The reason why Up and Up is going to beat them 110% is because we have college kids marketing to the college market. One of the biggest things that I keep fighting with all the local promoters about, they're like, you need to charge like $20, $30 to these kids, they'll pay it for like a Halloween party or New Year's party. I'm like, suck a dick, because quite literally, we don't afford $20 unless it's like really, really, really good. Like the last set, kids are paying $25 to go see Pitbull at his Isleta Resort Casino in the lawn. That's affordable. That's worth it.
Right.
But what it's not worth it is paying $20 to go get rubbed on by all these sweaty like perverts over at FX. Like, And then I have to, and I can't even go to the bathroom because everybody's in there.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. And so, like, legitimately, like, it's like, it's a huge problem. And that's what's happening in the party scene. It's a huge problem here. People, no wonder the kids over here are like, fuck this place. This is the worst place to live because there's no parties.
You're paying up the ass.
You're paying at the ass. You go to shitty parties.
You can't get a drink. You're waiting.
You get
forever.
shot up at the parties that you go to try to get a drink at. Like, it's a problem. So now I'm stepping in here and I'm like, you know what? I will bite the bullet. I will go less. I will spend my own money trying to make a free party, trying to make an amazing experience. So then kids can be like, this is a place to stay.
Right.
This is something that we can actually expand on. Like, the college scene thrives, and all of these promoters are like, we gotta bring somebody famous in order to bring ticket sales. And they're missing the point where they have 25,000 fucking students that are there that will just show up if you do a Shrek rave.
Yeah. That is true.
You could do a bubble rave. Hell, you could do a foam party, which is just literally grab a trash can, throw dish soap in there, mix it up with a little bit of water, and throw it in the audience. Everybody's showered, and it's a fun time, and everybody's in swimsuits. Like, legitimately, we would throw these types of parties.
It's all about how you promote it, really. It is. Like, you could just, if you make a cool promotion.
Not even me promoting it. I get some of the sorority girls, and I'm like, hey, yo, I will give all of you guys a shit ton of Monster and Red Bull and like gift cards to like Cheesecake Factory, whatever. Just spread the word.
Right.
And then they're like, why us? And I'm like, because you guys are pretty. The guys will talk to pretty girls.
Right.
If the pretty girls are like, hey, yo, we're going to be over here. You should be with us over here. And everybody shows up.
Sure.
That's what we've been doing. We've been promoting with the fraternities, with the sororities, with the...
Yeah. I mean, they're the ones who are going to throw the parties anyways. They just might as well give more
They
resources.
can't even throw the parties.
Well,
you know our Greek
yeah.
Life Association here, the not the IFC, the Interfraternity Councils, but like a lot of like the fraternity groups, they hold these fraternity kids by their neck and they don't let them throw parties at their house.
They literally can't do nothing. They make it almost lame to be in a fraternity because there's no fun in it.
Well,
so like you gotta just make money and go get whatever.
Let me ask you a serious question. Do you go to a fraternity and join a brotherhood and pay all those ridiculous fees to
as a young kid,
to do service projects?
Like, as a young kid, it's like, no, you want to go because you want to make new friends. Yeah. You want to have
new
hangouts.
What is
you
the fraternity
be exposed
culture?
To different things. It's a party culture.
That doesn't exist here.
But the kids we're all grown up to think that it is, and then they sign up for it, and they're like, it's like more strict than a military.
That's what I'm trying to bring
back.
But
that's probably because some kids like do dumb stuff. And
there's a lot of kids that do dumb stuff.
You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness, dude! I made a free party, and I was like, everybody can come in. You will be able to come into the party. Go in through the front door because we have scanners. We want to make sure that everybody doesn't have a gun.
Yeah.
I had 2 people show up with guns like on their hips, and I'm like tapping on their belt buckle. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then they're like, and I'm like, go put it in the car, come back, have a free drink on me, like, come have fun. Like, I'm not kicking them out. I'm just
like, look, man,
it's not like that. That's what I tell these kids. And so
guns and alcohol
they put it back in their car.
Like,
they come and party. But that party that we did, where we were like, come party. These kids are so stupid. They started hopping the walls and started climbing up the sides of the venue, breaking into the venue. I was like,
yeah,
oh my god. So like, yeah, no.
It's a hard thing, man, because you want to promote. Like your promotion is riot. You like want to sell this fun party, but it's hard because you want to like try and sustain it a little bit, but you don't want to do it too much to where they can't have fun.
The New Mexico
what do you do? You know,
the New Mexico entertainment scene is like the unwanted redheaded stepchild of like all of like the whole entire nation with like touring and stuff like that. How many like big acts come over here and tour?
Yeah. So there was a while like in 2011 to like 2015 where like I saw Kendrick, Isaiah Rashad, Schoolboy Q, Chance the Rapper. I saw him twice at the El Rey Theater. I saw Kendrick Lamar at the El Rey Theater.
When the fuck did you see them here?
In 2011, 2012. Like, this was whenever Kendrick first came out with swimming pools, and he wasn't that big. And
I wonder if Kevin Colopy was here. Kevin Colopy is a huge-ass promoter in Salt Lake City. He owns a music festival called Hive. And last year, he threw... Was it last year? It was last year that he threw a music festival. And he had like Suicide Boys headlining, Post Malone headlining. He had the Flatbush Zombies. He had Don Toliver. He had all these like crazy music artists.
Yeah.
And then if you look at his Instagram feed and go all the way to the bottom, he was here as like a main promoter and running all this stuff. And
knows?
he
He might have
has
been part
photos
of
of
it.
like Post Malone at
Yeah.
El Rey, like just like hanging out like on the basement.
See, but that's the thing though, is like Kendrick never came back, and
He came back once.
he came back once, but he never came back to El Rey.
Nobody's coming back
But-
to Albuquerque.
but what I'm
because we have
saying
a
is,
lot
like-
of shit happening during these like performances. Like for example,
Right.
EDM, Sullivan King can't come back. Like he's not going to come back.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, we're getting them before they pop off, which is cool because if you're really into music and you follow it and you're good at finding new artists, you get a chance to witness Kendrick at the El Rey.
You're adding value to
small
the
venue.
area.
Yeah, you're adding value, but then that's just like more of like a.
The first music artist
I don't
that was
know
over
this
here
right.
that we added a lot of value to before he like popped off and went crazy. Nobody knows this is Malcolmore.
Macklemore or Malcolmore, the white rapper.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah,
I don't even know how to say his name. He's so white.
Macklemore?
yeah.
He's so white. I don't know how to say it.
Malcolm, how are you saying?
Malcolm.
Malcolm X.
No, but he was from here. He popped off over here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
no, he went to
wild.
the Santa Fe like School of Arts and then came
Yeah.
over here and started making music and shit like that.
Dude, there was a little time where their music era was pretty good and fresh, and they would do like fun little festivals. But it's been
Somos
dead.
is
I think
good.
since COVID, it's been
Somos is
a weird.
Somos.
Somos, yeah, Somos. There you go.
I
They did some
hate
great ones.
to grade areas and festivals based off of like what they've done with it. I will grade a festival based off of like the first like 5 to 8 times that they do it,
Yeah.
because then you can get a real gauge of like how they do. For example, if you look up Treefort Fest, I promise you're gonna look at the lineup on Treefort Fest. It's located in Idaho, in Boise specifically. They're gonna have over 400 music artists on the lineup, and you are not gonna know a single fucking name
Right.
on that. And all of them are local, and the whole entire music festival is filled to the brim.
That's
24/7.
crazy. Because like the people that like genuinely
This was
love and
here in-
appreciate music and music festivals,
This was here in
they want to see people that aren't that big because you want to discover someone new so you can come back and tell people. Like, you know what I mean? Like Rufus, I discovered Rufus.
Rufus Susol?
Yeah, like I saw them at Coachella and they were literally the smallest name on the thing. There was like 10 people at their stage.
You just found out about Rufus?
No, this was in 2015.
Oh, I was even in 2015. What?
Or 2000, when did we go to?
Yo,
it was like
they-
2015.
First of all,
Yeah.
I love Rufus.
I mean, I didn't know who they were. They were the smallest name and there really wasn't even that
You know
many
who
people.
Zoo is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw Zoo at
They're pretty big.
I love him. He's so
Duran
good.
Jones. That's how I found out Duran Jones.
Well, Death
You know,
Pact was another one.
There's
too
a
that we
music
didn't really
artist
know
here
about.
that's like verified and it's like from Albuquerque that a lot of
That's
people
wild,
don't know.
bro. That looks sick.
That's Somos. That's here.
Somos. That looks
That's here.
wild.
And so basically, there's a music artist
You
here.
got
that
some
I'm finding-
hops, dude. Get the crowd hyped.
Yeah, no, I have to. Here's the problem. I see a lot of DJs and I see a lot of performers like stand at the mic and then just like try to dance around a little bit, or like DJs that just like stay behind their board the whole entire time.
Can I
And-
show these guys this?
Yeah, no, I'll actually send you the video and you can just edit it.
Yeah, we'll put it in.
I'll show you this too. We'll edit at the same time. I just want to show you.
Yeah, no, but basically,
It's like the
As soon as you said we would edit it, it made me want to just show it even more.
he's like, you know what? Fuck you. We're not gonna edit anything.
It's like the pirated movies, dude.
Huh?
He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna decrease like the bit rate on this. It's like,
I just don't want to pretend like we're like pausing it and then edit it. I don't know. Anyways, you guys saw this guy's hyped as hell.
Just
I'll add some
overlay
videos.
it.
In it. Don't worry, bro. We'll make you look good. Okay.
I don't need to look good. I look terrible. You guys look good. I make you guys look bad.
No.
But yeah, no. Basically, like I like seeing the music festival scenes, and oh my god, there was this one music festival that I fucking loved so much. I'm so glad, or I'm so sad that it died. It was called the Rooftop Concert Series. It started off in Provo, Utah, where they started off doing these small little bands.
Yeah.
Like Imagine Dragons got their start there. Neon Trees
That's
got out of it.
crazy.
Like all these like really big famous people that you see started off at this music festival where it was only local music artists to Utah can perform at this music festival.
Yeah.
And Utah has like really big music artists that are coming out of the woodwork over there. They had people like, for example, nobody knows that Panic at the Disco is from Utah, or at least like the singer and
I
all
didn't
his
know
like
that.
stuff. People don't know that the Used is from there. Like
Oh, shit.
the Killers.
Really?
Like
I didn't know that.
like
know
Brandon
that.
Flowers is like Mormon and is like has his whole entire thing up there. Like basically, the Rooftop Concert Series started on top of this parking garage. and they had so many people on top of this parking garage, the infrastructure almost collapsed in.
Wow.
And so they were like, we almost killed everybody because we're just going crazy with like indie band. Like you see how like people go crazy at like EDM concerts and like
big
head rail
time.
and headbang.
Oh, dude,
they
the
were
floors
doing that.
better be.
They were doing that with folk bands in Utah.
Damn.
With like that's how the national parks. Like that's a band, and it's like they're folk music and they're indie like style. People like headbang and like go crazy over this like. The little mandolin shit
That's
and like
pretty
the little
cool.
like flute stuff that they do on their stuff, and it's
Damn.
amazing. And I love them. I'm like their biggest fan. So, because
Yeah,
like they have such good.
I feel like
stage
most of those concerts are a lot more relaxed and chill.
It's the people.
Yeah, it's the
that
people.
it's
It
and
has
you
to
see
be.
like for example, there's like this new fad where they're like inviting orchestras to perform at music festivals, and you'll see the crowd just like moshing.
That'd be actually pretty dope.
No, people are moshing
So
at these
Mozart did.
festivals, and you'll see symphonies like literally like doing stuff, and people are like, yeah, like hyping up like the director and shit like
That
that,
would
and
be
it's like,
sick.
but it was like the momentum of the people that
Mhm.
have that going crazy. They only did like 10 years
Yeah.
of this festival, and they went from doing the parking garage all the way to like outside of that parking garage, which was only like 100 feet away, and they would do it in the pavilion right in front of that parking garage, and they would bring a portable stage, and they would have some of the craziest stuff. Like, bro, the photos are still up on that
That's
set.
wild,
Like
man.
Cascade performed one year at it, and he was like, I'm gonna do it. Bro, these are street, like the picture Central and a stage in the middle of Central, and 10,000 people just wrap around Central. You can't even see the stage.
That's nuts.
The people are so far back because of the crowd that they can't even see the stage, but that many people show up. And it's completely free.
Yeah.
It's completely free. They
That's-
did it free every fucking...
Those are
like-
hard to do, man. But that just shows, like, you know, people, they just want to have fun, man.
Yeah.
These
That-
festivals and stuff is just a way to just de-stress. I was telling Kiana, like, because she doesn't really understand the EDM scene that much. She's more, like,
I know.
classical.
I'm in it, and I don't
stuff
even
like that.
understand it.
And, but I'm just, like, explaining to her, like, even, like, with rock, anytime you go to a concert, it's, like, escapism.
Yeah.
Like, you go
You're
there to
escaping
go
reality.
somewhere else, to not think about your taxes. You know what I mean?
That's what I feel like is something that should be like your right. You shouldn't have to like. You should have options in order for society. Like if you look at like The Art of War, like the book.
Oh, that's a good book.
Like legitimately, they talk. These are transcripts that are like as old as the Bible.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, these are.
I've heard of that book, but I haven't
Rooftop
read it.
Concert Series.
They're transcripts
Jesus
from like
Christ.
old ancient times or what?
Yeah,
but
these
it's
are like from like
all
Chinese
the great
generals.
like war.
Dude, that is bad.
Oh, that's nothing. That's just Sego. Sego is one of the.
What?
Sego is a band that is.
Everyone's going
No,
nuts.
The Moth and the Flame.
Damn.
Like
Moth
they're-
to the Flame.
Yeah, the Moth and the Flame. They had Mindy Glendhill. Mindy Glendhill.
A lot of
is
name
like,
drops on this pod. You
No,
guys
Mindy
gotta look
Glendhill
them
is
up.
like little itty bitty like it's like cute music, and like 10,000 people are showing up in front of the stages for these types of like ordeals, and it's like it's nuts.
That's
how
sick, bro.
it like, going back to like the book or The Art of War, basically they break down like these generals and these kings and all these people have transcripts in this book explaining how like society needs a couple different things in order to function, or else it will eat
Yeah.
itself,
Oh,
or to have a
100.
society like good enough to be able to like combat in war
Mhm.
and be like sustainable. Like you have to have like a location with a name, you have to have like things
Yeah.
for these people to do, you have to have entertainment.
Mm.
And the way that they broke down entertainment, it was interesting that these people were practicing this even like in biblical times and even before that.
Wow.
How these people were like, for example, you have to have like festivals and parades, and you have to have these like for example, the Native American Indians like out here, like they were nomadic, they were going everywhere, they were hunting, they had the harshest lifestyle that anybody could live, but these people would still dance around fires and celebrate each other and still
And
have
that
all these
peyote,
different things.
dog.
They were-
I have a take. I think that EDM, techno, I think that originated from the Native Americans. Just think about that drum, dude.
a lot of that type, the African
That
style with
heartbeat,
all
you're
the
just
drums
feeling
and
that.
everything, like
And then
legit-
now it's just like that's why those guys just get hyped, dude.
well, like it's weird how much like
Imagine
outside-
the promoter and like the tribe. He's like, bro, I I could throw the biggest fire you've ever seen.
We're gonna
Go
call
all
it.
dance
We're
around
gonna
it.
call it Fire Festival.
Everyone's like, dude, shut up. It's gonna be right there outside of the tent.
they like sacrifice him. They cook him. They're like, no, bad idea. Kill him.
That would be interesting to be the promoter of those times. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Better make it out, friend.
no, legit. Like they would. Well, let me tell
We're
you
gonna
something.
sacrifice
They actually.
Randy on stage.
Wait a
No.
second. Actually, funny that you say that. You know what Gathering of Nations is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
they have that type of ordeal that that has been carried on. What you just explained was a thing that they did with the Gathering of Nations. They have all these nations trade with each other and all this stuff, but they would have all these huge dances, all these huge things with each other. You would have Navajos getting together with like the Apaches, all these different like
Right.
groups all meeting together and celebrating not like Thanksgiving style, but also like kind of just like
Like peaceful.
It's like
Peaceful,
historical, you know, everyone's getting along and just celebrating each other's different
that's the one thing
Tradition.
that
Yeah,
hasn't
traditions.
changed.
There you go.
Technology has changed, culture has changed, language has changed, everything has changed, but that concept itself is hard to, first of all, control and conduct.
Mhm.
But it's been around forever.
Yeah,
it's been
really
a lot.
has.
It's been
it's
around.
just changed its face, you know.
It's changed
Yeah.
its
It's got
face a
many
little bit,
different
but
faces.
I love that type of thing. So you have 3 more questions with me.
Oh.
I'm gonna make them quick with you.
I'm gonna let Brandon ask one.
You have 3
Any
wishes. Come
question,
on.
they can ask him.
Nothing sexual.
Dude, he was already there, dude. He's like,
Yeah, they got all my questions, all 3 of them.
I gotta go back to the drawing boards real quick. What would be your, I guess, not the biggest festival, but the most like one of the best festivals you've been to? That's not like the big. You know what I'm saying? Like the
What
more
is my
mainstream. Or like what's like one that had an impact on you that you could still remember?
Glue Festival.
Glue Festival?
Glue Festival.
GLUE?
Yeah. No, nobody showed up to that. Nobody showed up to that. But the people that did show up to that donated all their money to this anti-sex trafficking like organization called OUR, Operation Underground Railroad.
Mhm.
Dang.
And even the owner of that organization, he's like big. He's like, he works with like, in case you don't know what ICE fully is,
Yeah.
ICE, like that agency that people think is like, oh, they just
That's- yeah.
kidnap Mexicans. No, that is like the biggest like anti like sex trafficking group.
No, yeah.
And they also like are like the biggest like task force that fights against like terrorist groups.
Yeah.
And this group, we donated all the money to them, but that festival was so weird because nobody knew about it. The marketing was terrible. The
Mhm.
promotional was terrible. The artists that we had there were like nobody knew. It was like I was on the lineup. It was like I brought out like the most people, but
There was just something about it that
the
just...
stuck
experience
with
of
you.
like it was so small and so shitty and everything went to crap, but I gave it my all, and the 150 people that were in front of the stage had the best fucking time. I was like, you know what,
Hell yeah.
like
This is
fuck,
special.
fuck
This is
the,
special.
fuck the thousands of people in front of like the experience itself of like people seeing like having so much fun. They don't know my lyrics, my music, and everything, but it was making them jump. They were having a good time. Like everybody had a good time. And then I ended up. It was weird because all 150 people of those like that were in front of the stage
Yeah.
all followed me immediately that night.
Oh hell yeah!
And I was like,
Badass.
You
I was-
changed their lives. You probably,
Yeah.
introduced them to a whole...
It was
new-
that experience that I was like, oh, I need to capitalize on this. I need to like make this like happen every single time.
Yeah.
And I've performed in front of like 15,000 people. I've performed in front of like the biggest of the biggest stages with like thousands of people there, and I didn't get that type of feeling like I did at Glue Fest.
Right.
That small shitty experience that everybody like was dreading, but also like it was for a good cause. We were trying our best, and like it rained on us. All this craziness happened, malfunctions. People had such a good time, and it just everything
Hell
melted
yeah.
away. And I was
That's
like,
so cool,
I was
man.
like, that is a good one.
Those
And so-
moments are just special,
Yeah,
in a
that was the
different way.
first and last year of
It's
Glue
not
Fest.
always about the numbers.
That was the first and last.
But that had the most impact on my career.
So
Like,
I'll close it with the question. So if
only 2 questions? Wow.
huh? Oh, I didn't. I thought we were we're on hour 20. You good on time?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I'm just making sure. But I want to ask you, if everything kind of works out in your favor, like I know you have a vision. I know you want to use, you could see where you want to be. Everything goes right. where do you see yourself? You know, like if your promotion works out,
So
like
right
if
now,
everyone works together the way you imagine it, and all these artists actually do listen to your advice and they promote themselves, and let's say everything kind of works out perfect, what would you imagine it look like?
well,
Like
here's a problem with that question.
weekly
is that
festivals or monthly festivals, maybe.
Well, the problem I'm having with that question is that I'm like, I guess you're saying like, where do you see yourself in a couple of years, like with what you're doing right now?
Yeah, like,
Okay.
but like you know how we all have a vision, and then you know things.
Like, what's my final like destination?
This is like what's your plan with Riot? You know, like
The
if
reason
you
why
can-
I'm so happy right
I just
now-
kind of want to get into your head of like I want to get excited about your vision.
I'm happy, so happier than I've had like within the last years. Right now, like
That's
these
cool.
last 8 years do not compare to like these last 5 months
Mm.
because I'm in the position of the people that were in the position of giving me the opportunity.
Right.
So I'm the one creating all the opportunities and the experiences, and I'm not working for myself. I'm working for other people, and I'm building something that other people are experiencing.
That's
So other people are like, oh, but like, do you want to be a millionaire? Or like, oh, like in like 20 years you want to have like this big ass festival? Like, no. Like right now I'm doing exactly what I've always wanted to do.
That's
which is,
exactly.
like-
I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's exactly the answer that like just makes me want to get behind you so much more. You know what I mean?
Like
Yeah.
I never thought I would run a company and then have employees and people on that company that, oh dude, this is so weird to explain because I don't even like calling them employees because they're not. They're basically co-owners with me. I put everybody at the same level as me. I'm not the CEO and running all this crazy stuff. And I'm at your level, and I have all these opportunities. I have all this crazy stuff, all these resources, everything. You also can use something with it. Like for example, I have this girl that she like works with Vogue and all that, but she goes to UNM over here, and
Nice.
she's a student, and she's using all of my equipment to throw her own fashion show. There's another kid that has believed in me from like years ago that threw down his own money to like hire people like Little Xan to try to bring him down here and all this crazy stuff. Obviously, like it didn't work out, but like all this crazy. He's working as like a co-owner with me for Riot. Like he's running everything with me. He's going to the venues, doing the negotiations.
That's
These
sick.
people that have enough faith and believe in what I'm doing, I'm like, you're not gonna like let me lead. You're gonna be with me, cooking everything at the same time and
Right.
seeing how it works. And these kids are freaking out. Some of them can't handle it. Like for example, we threw a party with like hundreds and hundreds of kids like filling up the venue, and it got so chaotic and like everybody was shoulder to shoulder. It looked like
Right.
it looked like everybody was running over each other. It was like the stage was like a boiler room
Just
setting.
mad
It was
numbers.
like 100 degrees. It was so
Yeah.
chaotic. Cops ended up shutting it down. This girl had a panic attack, but everybody else that was on the staff like legitimately were like, we created something great. And with me, I was like, God damn it, I ruined it for everybody. It was so stressful and
Yeah.
everything. And I was focused on that one holdup.
Yeah.
But everybody else was like so shocked and stunned. And I was like, oh, they had a bad time. And then I turned around and I realized, I was like, oh, one of them had to pull me to the side and be like, that was the best fucking thing I was ever part of. I never knew I could bring and help you out and be part of like bringing like thousands of people into a room. I was like, so you still want to work with me? And they're like, yeah. I was
That's
like,
cool.
okay,
Yeah.
let's do it the next event. We brought thousands of people the next event. And then the next event, we're getting bigger venues. I don't know if I should say that. We got a
Just say it.
3,000 person venue. I'm
Wow.
gonna say we got a 3,000 person venue.
That's
We're gonna-
massive, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna test out the waters with all these kids, and it wasn't just me getting this venue. I brought all. It was so weird bringing all of my staff to this with one representative. Just like, this is my whole team. We're gonna like.
That's wild.
That's pretty dope.
But,
Those are big moments.
but I
dude.
wanted all of them to see exactly how
yeah.
they. All of them weren't. I kind of like was giving my piece and showing them what I do, but also letting them sell the idea,
Right.
showing videos, showing pictures, them like securing, like them doing all the marketing, them designing the flyers with me, them passing it out, them inviting their friends, then creating a team of like, we go from like 5 people to like 20 people, and then 20 people to like 80 people, and it's like we're creating.
It's a
this-
unit. It's a unit. You know. You're
Nobody's doing that.
Wow.
These promoters are like, I'm gonna make $20,000 off of this gig. I'm gonna pocket it and then do another one and then
Right.
invest in it. They're focusing on the wrong thing. When the college demographic, they can smell bullshit from a mile away. They're not
Right.
gonna pay $40 to go to like a festival that on Balloon Fiesta Park that's to an artist that they don't know that's gonna pop out. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
it's a weird. Albuquerque is in such a weird position, and I'm so glad that at least people are now. I'm doing this, and it wasn't possible. Like a lot of people thought it wasn't possible to throw a party here and have Red Rally. You saw how big it was.
Right.
You see fiestas that UNM does.
Right.
Imagine something outside of the university that is being done that doesn't charge you. Have you been to something like that here?
Never.
No.
I haven't. Everything was always on campus or something like that.
Give me 6 months.
You heard it, everyone. Let's go. Hey, we got your back, bro. You know, after this, you hit us up with anything, any promotions you got, anything. I'll get on Instagram.
I can't wait to
Give
see
you
you in
guys
jail
shout out.
with me. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay. I was hoping you were gonna say that's the stretch goal. You know what I mean? Like,
that is
like,
the goal.
With face paint.
All of us fucked up in jail.
It starts like at like the beginning of like The Hangover. You know what I mean?
He's like missing a tooth.
It's like,
where am I again?
Mike Tyson just walks in. He's like, "What's up, bitches?" Yeah, so I gotta go before I get a divorce. So
let's do it, man. Hey,
we loved having you at the table.
Yeah,
thank you guys
soon,
so much.
man.
All right, what
Yeah,
do I do
we'll
with
see you
these?
soon.
Right?
Against the grain. Let's go, baby.
Against